It's so dark. It was amazing! Oh wait! There's more! It was awful! I'm back! CGI shit!
I rest my case.
It was fucking horrible!
Yeah, I got the Happy Gilmore Subway combo. Alright, we might as well just get this over with. I don't know where to put this, I'll just keep it in my hand. Hey guys, what's up? It's BigJackFilms here, and welcome to another opening night. Again, a little late to this one. I didn't catch this when it came out recently on Netflix. I was waiting actually for Honey Bear to watch this, because we wanted to watch it together, but I'm here to talk about a new movie again. This time not in theaters, but it's on Netflix. And not just one movie, but two. I've decided to do a Happy Gilmore Subway Double Feature. What does that entail? Well, we bought Subway, I got a ham sandwich, and I also got the cold cut combo. I'd never tried it before. Food Corner coming soon, by the way. And we decided to watch Happy Gilmore 1, which I hadn't seen in a while, and the new sequel that came out. I'm mainly just going to talk about the second one, but I'll give you guys a quick rundown of what I think about the first Happy Gilmore. Short version is, if you guys don't know Happy Gilmore, it's an Adam Sandler comedy from the 90s. Arguably one of his best. My personal favorite. About a hockey player turned golf player and his run-ins with the golf course. Is challenged by Shooter McGavin, who is like the love child of basically every character Thomas Hayden Church plays. No, he's the love child of Thomas Hayden Church and Biff Tannen. That's the best way I can describe Shooter McGavin. And the first one is about him playing the game to get enough money to get his grandma's house so she can move back in from the retirement home, who's ran by an asshole played by Ben Stiller. So the first Happy Gilmore I remember watching growing up, actually, believe it or not, on VHS and television, and I found it to be the funniest Adam Sandler comedy. I've seen a few of his movies. Most of them are hit or miss. Some of them are not that good, to be honest. Like, some of them are some of the worst. Like, I've never seen Jack and Jill, and I've never seen That's My Boy, but I heard those are absolute pieces of garbage. Fun fact, Josh was supposed to be in Pixels, but he said no. He was going to be an extra, but he said no, don't want to be in that piece of shit, and he's a huge gamer. But anyway, yeah. Adam Sandler and Happy Madison are very hit or miss for me. I like Joe Dirt, though. That's a funny movie. I didn't see the sequel. But with Happy Gilmore 2, long time coming, but with the first one, just the short version, it's the best comedy Adam Sandler did. It's probably the best golf movie next to Caddyshack. Which is funny, because I've never seen Caddyshack, so I have to give it to Happy Gilmore. Even if I see Caddyshack, it'll probably not live up to Happy Gilmore. But I really like Happy Gilmore. I love all the cameos. Bob Barker and a bunch of other people are in it. It's really funny. And then we get, I mean, for me, like, the first Happy Gilmore is about an 8 out of 10. It is a relatively funny movie. Also, Carl Weathers, really great in that. Rest in peace. But with Happy Gilmore 2, everybody wanted it. Feels like it's too late. And surprisingly, not that bad. It's definitely not the first one, but let me get into what the premise is quickly. So, it's set 30 years after Happy Gilmore 1. He went through a couple of tours, and then a decade before we get to this movie, he retired for reasons I don't want to get into, honestly. I would recommend watching the movie, but it is rather shocking and a very Whiplash type of tone for this film. And he's now kind of a bum. He's lost all meaning in life. And with the help of his kids, and especially his daughter who wants to go to ballet recital, he wants to get the money to pay for her scholarships in ballerina. And fun fact, the kids are played by his actual kids, which is cool. In order to do that, he has to get back into golf, but golf has changed into those I want to assume is a big jab at, like, the Logan Pauls and shit, and the Mr. Beasts of the internet, where it's that kind of hip, cool internet crowd with the bright colors and the energy drinks, which are total shit, by the way. And just go from there. Like, they're just basically, like, taking a jab. It's the old versus new. It's like Space Jam 2, and it's something I'm realizing in sports sequels. Is anybody else ever tired of this? Where the antagonist is just a cool, hip, YouTube, trendy, social influencer version of the villains from the last one. Space Jam 2 did the same thing, and I was kind of bothered by it. Happy Gilmore 2 does the same thing, and one of the leads is Haley Joel Osment, which is funny. I was not expecting him in this movie, let alone a lot of cameos in this film. And the sequel, okay, it's not as good as the first one. I'll just lay that right there. It's not as good. But it is funny. It is still funny. It is still Adam Sandler's comedy. It is still relatively a hilarious time at on Netflix. And as a sequel, it's not bad. Like, at first you think, this is just going to be the same tired old shit. But they do some interesting things with this movie. Namely, I could get into spoilers at this point a little bit. I won't say what happens at the beginning of why Happy Gilmore got out of the game, but I will explain what happens later. Is that we find out what happened to Shooter McGavin. Motherfucker ended up in a mental institution and escaped, and at this point you think he's gonna go and take out Happy for revenge. But no, they settled their fight in a really funny tribute to the people who passed on from the first one. But they, much like with Carl Weathers in another sports franchise he was in, they pull a Rocky 3 in Happy Gilmore 2, i.e. the bad guy from the first one teams up with the good guy, and then they become friends. And I'm honestly shocked that they did that. I was shocked that they didn't go the route that we're normally used to. That basically Shooter McGavin, Shooter's redemption, he gets a redemption arc, and he's able to work it out with Happy, and they're able to team up, and they become friends at the end. It's much like Rocky 3, when Apollo Creed, Carl Weathers, trains Rocky, his old opponent, to fight Mr. T. And they become best friends at the end. And that's awesome. I actually was taken back. I was not expecting that with Happy Gilmore 2. But they pulled it off, and I was like, you know what? The sequel's got something going for it. It does get a little unrealistic and ridiculous with the game. It becomes very Space Jam 2 cartoony. But again, it serves in the film's favor, and it wasn't that bad. I actually did like what they did with it. I will say the villains are pretty lackluster. They are pretty lame. But granted, I do like the fact that we are taking jabs at these big shot social media influencers who, let's just be real, they're an extension of MTV, and I'm talking about, like, late 2000s MTV, like Ridiculousness MTV. I'm sorry, but Ridiculousness, total shit. It's Jackass meets America's Funniest Home Videos. They're trying to aim for that crowd, and trying to jab at that crowd, and I kind of give credit for Adam Sandler for saying, yeah, these guys suck. These guys are terrible, brain rot entertainment. And so I like that the movie focuses on that they're the antagonists. Outside of that, I will admit the movie does rely a lot on the first film in terms of constant flashbacks. But on top of that, there are so many goddamn cameos in this movie. I think in total I found out there were 72 cameos. That's insane. Honey Bear was able to figure out more than me because she listens to a lot of these social media influencer podcasters and stuff. And I'm like, and she's like, oh, it's that guy. And I have to look at her and I'm like, maybe it's just because I'm old. I'm like, who the fuck is that? And I'm like, and she told me what it is. I'm like, oh god. But there's a couple of shockers. John Lovitz is in this in a brief cameo, which I thought, that's funny. I love John Lovitz. Love the critic. Love him as Radio and Brave Little Toaster. I like his voice work in more than his like regular comedy. Who else was in this movie that I was shocked was in here? Steve Buscemi's in this for some reason. Rob Schneider makes a cameo, of course, which is really funny. Ben Stiller's back, of course. But also, was not expecting Eminem. Eminem, what the fuck you doing here, man? What are you doing in Happy Gilmore 2? Come on. Come on. What are you doing? Venom 2 album not selling much? Like, come on, bro. Seriously. And I love what they do with him here. It is straight up hilarious. No, sadly, he does not rap, which would have been hilarious, but he doesn't do that. But other than that, like, overall, just, you know, quick review for you guys. Happy Gilmore 2 is a good sequel, but it's not the first one. I have two major complaints with it. One, I don't like the production quality. Like, yes, it's better, but it's also relying on a lot of digital trickery. There's somewhat, I think, a little bit of deep fake and CGI in here, but for Happy Gilmore 2, it feels unnecessary. On top of that, there's some shots I'm not a fan of. I don't like the shot of Happy starting his first putt in 10 years outside in his back lawn, and there's this really fake AI-looking moon that they added in post. It contrasts the quality of the first one. I will say this, the product placement's kind of weird in this movie because, yeah, Subway is promoting this film, but what's weird about Subway is that in the movie, in the first one of the biggest sponsor was Pepsi, and since that intervening 30 years, Subway switched from Pepsi to Coke, or no, it was once Coke or Pepsi, I can't remember. I don't know if they still do Pepsi, I think it switched back to Coke, I don't know. But what's funny is that it's Subway, and yet Pepsi's here too, so I don't know, I can't remember what the deal was, but I swear to God, I can't remember which one they switched out of, which is weird contrast, because Coke and Pepsi are bitter enemies, and I don't know which one owns which. But anyway, some of the contrasts and shots are not that good, and I will admit one thing I did not like about Happy Gilmore 2. It's too long. It is way too long for a sequel. The first Happy Gilmore was a good hour and a half, hour and 27 minutes. Perfect timing, doesn't drag at all, constantly funny, perfect. This one felt too long. This is an hour and 57 minutes. This is like a half hour longer than the first one. And I'll admit, the first half's pretty good, but the middle area of the first half really drags. I swear the time was getting, like, it was going like this. Then it, like, kind of stops and gets really slow hitting that halfway point. But once you hit the halfway point, it goes straight back to pacing. But there's that one area at the end of the first half, I'm like, come on, let's get to the chase here. This is getting too slow. So I do feel this movie is too long. I do feel this movie is way too long for a sequel. But other than that, it's fine. It's a good sequel. If you're into Adam Sandler, you'll love this. If you're mild, you might actually enjoy this, but if you're just not a fan at all, I wouldn't recommend it. But in terms of just contrast, I would say, actually, it does make for a good double feature with the first one. Both films are on Netflix, and they are worth a double feature time. And overall, Happy Gilmore 2, while I gave the first film like an 8 out of 10, this is a 6. I was shocked that this wasn't actually as bad as I thought it was going to be, especially as a later Adam Sandler film. It's surprisingly still funny. It's surprisingly as good as funny as the first one. But pacing-wise and quality-wise, it's way, the first one's still superior. So this is a 6 for me. There is some things holding it back. But I did like it overall. And overall, a Happy Gilmore duology, pretty damn good. Pretty damn funny. And I would recommend a lot of people. This is a good double feature to watch on a day off when it's raining or something. But overall, do I want a Happy Gilmore 3? Probably not. It would probably suck. I don't want a Happy Gilmore 3. Legacy sequels are sort of a one-shot thing. Don't do another one unless you're Jurassic World, a Star Wars, even a Creed. But Happy Gilmore is fine with one sequel. But overall, that's my take on the Happy Gilmore duology. Now I quickly want to hear from you guys. What do you guys think of the Happy Gilmore duology, the first one and the new one? Do you like the new one? Do you think the first one's better? Do you have the same problems as I do? Do you like this one better? Let me know in the comments section below. So yeah, I just want to get a quick little opening night out there for a new release, plus a retroactive review, so you're getting 2 reviews in one video in a very quick period of time. But don't forget to support our Patreon, guys. Just $1 more will get you early access to all of our content as well as other special features. Just a quick little update. I am recording this, and this will be released, I think, after Fan Expo. So I will be very tired, but I should give you guys a little bit of an update. Some videos might be a little bit behind lately because we're finally working out when we can release episode 3. And we're also trying to work out our schedule of what we want to do for the rest of the year, because this year has been exhausting. We'll keep you guys updated. We'll probably have a big, giant update in September, but overall, I'll keep you guys posted on what I'm doing with content. But thank you all so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. This is BigJackFilms signing off, saying, What are you doing with your ball, man? You're supposed to go in your home! That's your home! You don't want to go to your home? Suck my white ass, bull!